we got some nice vibes going in the kitchen today, boys. Today I'm going to be making a very nutrient-dense recipe for hitting your micronutrients and also your protein, getting some healthy fats, and just a very healthy micronutrient-dense recipe that you can make. So let's get into it, boys and girls. So I got a bowl here. I already added a whole egg yolk, but I'm going to be adding some eggs. These are just extra large eggs I got from Costco. As you can see, super rich in nutrients. So I'm going to be adding quite a few of these, so let's go ahead and add some of them. Alright guys, so I got 7 whole eggs and then 1 egg yolk in here. So that's it. Obviously the whites of the eggs are going to add lots of protein, and the yolks of the eggs are going to be lots of nutrients, healthy fats, you know, all the good stuff that the yolks of the eggs provide for you. And it comes out to about 398 grams of the 7 eggs. You guys rock with your sparkling water bubblies. No calories, no sweeteners. Not that I'm against sweeteners, but no calories is great. Sparkling water, this stuff's pretty good. Now we're going to be adding a little bit of Greek yogurt, no-fat Greek yogurt. You can use fat Greek yogurt, but just the no-fat Greek yogurt's going to have a little bit more protein, and we're already getting fat from the egg yolks. And this is really good for your gut because it's got like the probiotics and stuff, and you can see this yogurt has active bacterial cultures. That's what you're looking for. If it doesn't have the, if it doesn't say like active bacterial or like something like that on the label, it probably means that it's not as like good for your gut or whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but that's kind of what I know. So yeah, let's add a little bit of this in there. Those are the macros for any of you guys wondering. 175 grams only has 100 calories, so it's fairly low calorie because it's got no fat in there. Alright, we added about 225 grams. That should be enough to give us some extra protein in the recipe, give us some extra gut support in the recipe. And adding it in, I may or may not have taken a bite of that good old Greek yogurt. It's honestly not that bad, guys. It's honestly not that bad. Super high protein. But yeah, I'm making this recipe also because I'm trying to improve my diet quality. Not just my macros have always been good, you know, high protein, you know. But I want to get more healthy fats in. I want to get more micronutrients in, making sure I'm hitting all my micronutrients from like, you know, real foods, like not just like my multivitamin, but actually getting in like, you know, bioavailable forms that my body can absorb of like micronutrients, because I think it makes a decent difference. So gonna see if that helps me at all. Alright guys, on to the next food I'm gonna be adding to the recipe. Just some bell peppers and some spinach. This is going to add more protein, more flavor to the recipe. It's also going to add, you know, micronutrients. Like the bell peppers have like vitamin C and stuff like that. Spinach obviously packed in different nutrients. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of spinach. It's also just going to add volume to the recipe. But yeah, if you ever look into like the what am I trying to say? The vertical diet with like Stan Efferding, that's kind of like a good diet to follow if you're like trying to get in all your micronutrients from like, you know, whole foods and whatnot. So he kind of uses different foods like this, like bell peppers and like different foods like that to like help him get his micronutrients in. So kind of going off that a little bit maybe. So we're going to add some of these, chop them up, make them easier into the recipe, so let's go. It's about 80 grams of spinach and 133 grams of bell pepper. Alright guys, I added it to the pan here. Put it nice. Oh my gosh, why is the camera in 3x? There we go. Got it nice and cooking up. It honestly looks pretty good. I mean, depends. If you ask some people, they might think it looks absolutely diabolically disgusting. I think it doesn't look too bad. It kind of just looks like a big, like, omelet or something, but yeah, you can see the eggs starting to cook up in there. The yogurt is fine. I kind of stirred it up in the bowl there after I recorded the weights there, but yeah, so we got it cooking up here, and you just want to kind of, you know, cook it up. I'm just kind of mixing it more up, get all the yolks and the veggies nice and mixed, make sure it's like distributed nicely. You can add seasonings in here, just make sure they're, you know, not like, because you know, with, for example, like something like this seasoning here, it has sugars in the ingredients. You can use seasonings that have sugars in them, but a lot of seasoning salts will have sugar as like the first ingredient, and those are kind of the ones you want to avoid because you're just adding a bunch of sugar, which is fine, but you know, you're trying to keep this relatively like micronutrient dense, lower calorie, high protein recipe, so try to avoid adding a bunch of sugar. But like other seasonings, like for example, I got this seasoning, so I got this from the dollar store for like $1.50. Literally the ingredients are salt, garlic, onion, celery, and then basically some sort of paprika. So, and it tastes really good, and it's got, you know, basically zero calories, because there's the salt. Salt obviously has no calories, and then, you know, the garlic and the onion and stuff has very low calories for the amount you're adding, and it makes it taste better though. So, you know, if you can make your food taste better for a low amount of calories, that's really going to help you get your food down. You know, especially if you're trying to eat healthier. A lot of the times we eat not because we're hungry, but because, you know, we just like the taste of food. So if we can make the healthier food taste better, it can make it easier to stick to that diet plan long term. That's why things like, you know, diet soda and like sweeteners can help you so much to stay on track. That's why I like protein powder so much, for helping me get my protein in, because I think protein powder tastes amazing. So for me, getting my 160 grams of protein in every day is easy as heck, because I can just take a scoop or two of protein powder. Tastes amazing, easily gets that protein without getting a bunch of fat or carbs in. Easy like that. And as you can see, that water's kind of forming, and that's from the Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt obviously has water in it. So it has quite a bit of moisture in it, so that's kind of where that water and moisture is coming off of it. Don't really worry about that. Just kind of keep cooking it. And you know, this is probably edible now as it is, but I kind of like to keep cooking it for a bit longer, just to kind of enrich the flavors even more and kind of really cook everything nicely together. So I'm gonna cook this a little bit longer and then get back on video. Alright guys, I added about maybe 5 or 10 grams of this chopped onion. The ingredients are basically just onion, so very clean ingredients there. Alright guys, so obviously this was kind of a small batch, but this is how much it filled the container. I'm going to be putting this in the freezer and then eating it throughout the days, getting my micronutrients in. And that's that, guys. I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, basically making nutrient-dense foods, workouts, micronutrients, hitting protein goals, macro goals, trying to get leaner, bigger, stronger, and better every day. Peace out, guys.